Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Shop back into the video today. And today we're going to be talking about why the Tennessee Titans may have found themselves their next franchise quarterback and Will Levis. Will Levis looked insane in his NFL debut yesterday, going 19 for 29 with 238 passing yards and 4 passing touchdowns, and finding his new favorite target, DeAndre Hopkins, 4 times for 128 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. His deep ball looked amazing, connecting with DeAndre Hopkins twice on 2 deep balls. One was a 46-yard touchdown. I think the other was like a 63-yard touchdown as well. He also threw a 16-yard touchdown to DeAndre Hopkins, and he also threw another deep ball, a 33-yard touchdown to Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. So 3 deep ball touchdowns from 46, 63, and 33 yards. The accuracy looked unbelievable from him as well. It looked amazing when dropping back. And another thing is there was a lot of other deep balls he threw in this game, some 25, 30-yard throws that his wide receivers or tight ends at the time dropped. There was a couple passes that he threw amazing passes, but their wide receivers weren't able to get to it. So there was not a lot of bad football being played by Will Levis. He was only sacked 2 times as well. And this Tennessee Titans team looked amazing. And that's all. It's really hard for me to say that coming from a Texans fan. And keep in mind, they did this against going into the game statistically, the Atlanta Falcons are a top 10 defense. Now, the Atlanta Falcons also did lose Grady Jarrett with a torn ACL, which sucks for them. But still, for a rookie in his first NFL game to go up against statistically a top 10 defense to do that, I mean, it looks great. And they also have a really solid secondary as well, and he trounced their secondary. So did DeAndre Hopkins. And as a fantasy owner of DeAndre Hopkins and as a fan of him, since he was in Houston, I've loved that for D-Hop. And also, I hate that the Titans are using those Oilers uniforms. Man, did Will Levis and DeAndre Hopkins look? Mainly DeAndre Hopkins looked great in those Oilers uniforms. Coming from a Texans fan and coming from my family being huge Oilers fans throughout the years, I hate that the Titans are the ones wearing those uniforms and we're not, because that jersey represents Houston. I know that the Tennessee Titans they have their team is the Oilers. I mean, they're the Titans now, but they were the Oilers. But that jersey represents Houston, and really wish the Texans could have worn those uniforms. But I really love seeing DeAndre Hopkins in that uniform. Will Levis didn't look too bad in it either. But I'd rather see them wear it than nobody wear it. So I mean, it's whatever. Gotta get over it. I know Texans fans are upset about it. I got over it. I thought the jerseys looked sick. But Will Levis looked great in that jersey, by the way. He had a great game, and that had to feel weird for Derrick Henry having a quarterback beside you that was throwing that much as he was. I mean, he only threw it 29 times, but when was the last time a quarterback on the Tennessee Titans threw for 4 passing touchdowns when Derrick Henry was healthy? But yeah, he looked great, man. I'm not going to, sit here talking about how great he looks, because you can just watch the film and see how good he was. But his deep ball looked insane. His accuracy looked insane. Really everything he did was great. There was only a couple mistakes that he made. And, going up against a top 10 defense, he was okay when being pressured. He was good at scrambling away and getting a couple yards from a pass. But, when he was getting pressure, that was really when he was not the greatest. He was still making some decent plays when getting pressured, but the Falcons did get to him a couple times. I mean, the Falcons sacked him twice. There was a couple times where Will Levis had to throw it away because of they were bringing some pressure. They brought him down. He had to throw it down. I thought he looked great, but at the same time, I think there's probably still stuff to work on. You're going to go up against a better defense on Thursday. He's expected to start. I mean, you put up that performance, you're going to start. But, he's going to have to make some adjustments going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think, you're going to he's going to have to fix some of the mistakes he did make this Sunday against the Falcons, and He's going up against an even better defense against the Steelers, and he struggles a little bit, just a tiny bit, with the Falcons bringing some pass rush against him. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like against the Steelers. I think he should be fine. I mean, I think DeAndre Hopkins will have another good game. Mika Fitzpatrick is out. I think the Titans will probably win in a really close one against the Steelers. The Steelers' offense can't do anything. I think Will Levis has another good game, and the Titans win their second straight game. I've looked at the Titans' schedule. I looked at it, and if Will Levis is their starting quarterback for the rest of the season, I could see the Titans finish with either 8 or 9 wins. Which with that case, if the Titans finish 8-9 or 9-8, Will Levis as a starting quarterback for the rest of the season, including yesterday's game, would finish the season with a 6-5 or 7-4 record as their starting quarterback. For a rookie, that is pretty good. So, I think he's a really good quarterback. I think I want to see more from him, though. I know I'm through like this with this kind of performance. I don't want to say it's only one game because I think that was a really great performance. But I want to see this again. I want to see him do this again. And if we see him do this again, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm sold on this guy. But I believe the Titans might have found themselves their franchise quarterback. He's definitely better than Malik Willis. And, I think we all knew that he was probably better than Ryan Tannehill before he even had this start. But, I know going into the draft, a lot of people compared him to Justin Herbert. And I know a lot of people talked and said that, that was a little bit of an insult to compare him to Justin Herbert. I'm not saying he is as good as Justin Herbert is, because I don't think he is, but his game does remind me a lot like Justin Herbert. A lot of people compared him to Justin Herbert going into the draft, and I really do think he reminds me a lot like Justin Herbert with the way he plays, the way he throws. It just reminds me a lot like Justin Herbert. And when I heard the comparisons to Justin Herbert going into the draft, I'm like, people are crazy. And I actually thought to myself, like, there's no way. Even watched a little bit in college, just still didn't think he looked like Justin Herbert or played like Justin Herbert. But now, watching him against the Falcons, he really did look like Justin Herbert with the way he was playing, the way he was throwing with his accuracy. I think he's going to be a great quarterback. But like I said, I want to see him one more time to be fully sold on him, but he looks great. Tennessee Titans fans, you got a really good quarterback. And as a Texans fan, it fears me to have all these badass quarterbacks. I know Anthony Richardson's out for the season, but once Richardson's back, and then Trevor Lawrence and Will Levis as well, this division has some really nice young quarterbacks. Don't forget about C.J. Stroud, too. He's probably, I'm not going to say he's better than Will Levis because, these are both two young guys. I think C.J. Stroud is better than Anthony Richardson, and I think Will Levis could even be better than Anthony Richardson as well. And I think Will Levis and C.J. Stroud are right up Trevor Lawrence's alley. If they get some more years of experience and keep playing the way they are, they'll be just right up there with Trevor Lawrence. But this is a great and young division. In the AFC South, this is a division that didn't have a lot of promise last season or the seasons before. But now this division with the Texans, the Titans, the Colts, and the Jaguars has a lot of promise over the next couple years with young quarterbacks and other young players on the rosters. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out.